Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana. I'm just getting ready to turn in, but because I'm opening tomorrow, but I did want to read a few headlines to you. Okay. Let me just read a few headlines to you because there's a point to all of this. Okay, here we go. We're going to start here. Iowa Attorney General halts Plan B and abortion assistance for rape victims. That's number one. Here's number two. Judge invalidates FDA approval of the abortion pill mifepristone. Number two. Here comes number three. Idaho becomes one of the most extreme anti-abortion states with law restricting travel for abortions. Here comes number four. A Good Friday funeral in Texas. Baby Halo's parents had few choices in Post Row, Texas. So let's talk about that. The person in Iowa who got rid of Plan B and is now reviewing whether to pay for services for rape victims is a woman. No one ever said women can't be fascists and cruel. She ran on a platform of protecting victims. What she is actually doing is creating victims. All right? She's creating victims. She is a Republican. Plan B is not mifepristone. It's not an abortion pill. It's an emergency contraceptive. And they are taking that away now, as well as mifepristone. And that was a ruling that was handed down by a judge in Texas who was a Trump-appointed judge who was also an anti-abortion attorney before he became a judge. See my point here? If you thought overturning Roe was going to be the worst of it, it's getting worse. Now, in Idaho, they are the first state to invent a new crime, which is abortion trafficking. So basically what the law says is you can't take a underage person across state lines for an abortion without parental permission. And, all of that sounds rational, but this is part of the parental rights agenda that the GOP has. And they talk about, LGBT and trans people having an agenda. Well, the GOP has an agenda too, because the House passed the parental rights bill, very similar to what was passed in Florida. That's their one piece of legislation they can hang their hat on so far this year. And it's divisive. It pits parent against parent, essentially. But I'm getting off the topic. The topic is women. And the topic here is none of what is being done with abortion or contraception or anything like that has anything to do with protecting the children. It has everything to do with regulating women, controlling women, telling them what they can and cannot do with their bodies. Now, you imagine that you are the parents of the child that was, had a funeral on Good Friday, which was just this past Friday. They knew at 20 weeks, that their child was, as their doctor put it, incompatible with life. Seriously, at 20 weeks, they discovered this. And yet the woman was forced to carry this child to term, which is 40 weeks, somewhere roughly between 37 and 40 weeks. and the baby died hours after birth. It's inhuman. It's disgusting. And the whole thing with mifepristone is proof, it should be proof to everyone, that a nationwide abortion ban is exactly what the GOP wants and what they will go for. You know, there are red flags up according to the powers that be, talking about 2024, red flags up for their position on all of this. You know what? I hope so. Because honestly, I have no idea how the Democrats managed to lose the House after the overturn of Roe v. Wade and after January 6, 2021. I have no idea. But I do know this. Only 52% of registered Democrats voted in the midterms in spite of Roe. There wasn't a blue wave, folks. We should never have lost the House. When we lost the House, we lost the opportunity to stave all of this off. We lost that opportunity. You know, I keep hearing from people, the Democrats have to grow a spine. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of spine they have. If they don't have a majority in the House, and by the way, adding one seat to the Senate, that's pathetic too. You know what? The Democrats can't do anything to stop any of this until the voters do what they were asked to do before the midterm. You want to codify Roe? You need to give us a strong majority in the House and the Senate. It was all there in front of it, in front of all of it, all of us, for all of us to see. It didn't happen. It didn't come to fruition. No, there was no red wave. That's true. But there should have been a blue wave. And there better be a blue wave in 2024. Because I will tell you this now. If they keep the House and they take the Senate, there will be a nationwide abortion ban. And there'll be a lot of other things too. There'll be a lot of other things too. It won't stop there. There should be a huge backlash in this country. I mean, it should be felt like a shot heard around the world here. We need to put the nail in the coffin of the GOP. And that is no small exaggeration. That is exactly what has to happen here if this democracy is to survive. If women are going to have a chance, if anybody's going to have a chance here. We are looking at fascism straight in the face. I don't care what your IRA says. You know, a lot of independent women went for the Republicans because they were worried about their IRAs. A lot of people didn't vote for Adam Frisch in Colorado because he wasn't progressive enough. So what? So they returned Lauren Boebert? What the fuck? What kind of logic is that? People not voting because they want to, quote, teach the Democrats a lesson? You're not teaching the Democrats a lesson. The Democrats are telling you what they need to get shit done. Understand what we're saying here. You need to get this through your thick skulls. There is no sitting shit out anymore. You know, you either want democracy and freedom or you want fascism. That's the choice you've got right now. And everything in between, a woman's right to choose. You know, LGBT and transgender rights, workers' rights, all of that stuff in between is all tied to which one you choose. There are no solutions in fascism. None. None. Get it together, folks. Get it together and do it soon. I'll talk to you all later.